Shivavni, good afternoon, beta. Good evening, Shivavni. Send the link in the group, beta. Fine, shall I start the class? So only one person will be there in the class today, I guess. Fine. Yaini, good afternoon, beta. Shall we, beta? Shall we start the class? Kamya, good morning. So good afternoon, class. Good evening, Kamya. Good evening, beta. After this, back to back, I'm going to keep maths class, huh? So that evening time, again, if I will not be well, class should not get affected. Mativanan, good evening, beta. Good evening, Mativanan. So now today I'm going to talk about in reproduction, flower reproduction. Fine. So we talked about in sexual reproduction that how male and female gametes are responsible for production of egg, okay, production of zygote, and after that fine. So shall we start? Like, my first question here is, why is sexual mode of reproduction produces variation? Why is sexual mode of reproduction produces variation? This is a very important question. The question is exactly what that Akshaya, good evening, beta. Akshaya, good evening. Sexual mode of reproduction produces variation. In the beginning part of the class itself, when I was talking about sexual reproduction in male and female, one very important point, Michael. Okay, Michael, I'm going to make the next videos, beta. Today I'm going to finish it up. Don't worry. Just share it, beta. Share it to your friends. Okay, thank you so much, Michael. God bless you. So now look here. Understand one thing, that when we are talking about sexual reproduction, we know that variation is a part of sexual reproduction. Another important point is that when sexual reproduction is discussed, we are saying that there are exactly different type of choices there. So what are the different type of choices what we don't have in asexual reproduction? So here you have to just one question I have asked from all of you in the last class also. This class also I'm asking you the same question, like in sexual reproduction, how there is much variation, how there is much variation in sexual reproduction. That time I have discussed one more important thing, that close relation marriages, why it should be avoided, and why marriages in like far off relation should be exactly good. Far off relation means male with female. The far means one person is coming from another community, another person is coming from another community. When they will marry, what will happen? That will be exactly called as from two different community, from two different type of gene connections will be there, DNAs will be different. So when they will be meeting, the child bond will have, definitely the child bond will be strong enough, the child bond will become strong enough. There will be much there will be much differences there. So many things will be there. I'm going to discuss about that. So now first important thing is, we're going to start. The gametes are produced by meiotic division. So this is one of a very important CBSE question which I am discussing right now. The question is, why the sexual mode of reproduction produces variation? Sexual mode of reproduction is producing variation. Okay, like my DNA is not at all 100% matching with my father. My DNA is not at all 100%. Limited variations are only present. Yes, beta. Close relation marriages means limited variations are only present. But when marriages are done from far off relations, that time there are much selections to be done. Very good. There are much selections. There will be a wide scope for selection will be there. Like that day itself I have discussed this point. This is quite controversial, but it's exactly very, very important, huh? So I'm going to discuss that point also. So now just discussing this section. Okay, so now gametes are produced by meiotic division. So since meiotic division will be there, your first point should be, because we know that mitotic and meiotic divisions are there. Fine. So meiotic division, your first answer should be why there is a variation in sexual reproduction. Then you don't explain that much, because here 2 mark or 3 mark question and 4 marks. So this time questions are very less. So they will ask to the point questions. So I'll try and answer, write in very few but very nice answer should be there. So first important point what you are going to write, don't start explaining meiotic division and mitotic division. Don't go there for explanation of that part. Just go for one point, that the most important reason behind is it is produced by meiotic division. Okay, now meiotic division is involving crossover between homologous pair of chromosomes and also copying of DNA. So exactly what is meiotic division is exactly doing. So first thing is that male character, female character are taken. Now from that male character and female character, the one which is exactly dominant, that characters will be picked up. So that is a random selection. It's not like specific selection is taking place. That is a random selection which is taking place. So your first key point should be meiotic division. Your first key point should be, good evening Tanishka, your first key point should be meiotic division. Okay, because in meiotic division crossover is taking place over the chromosomes, and the DNA will be containing, the DNA selection section has to be there. So their selections are going on, and that's why it is the best. Fine. So meiotic division, and which is not absolutely accurate, but both of these factors result in variations. So both of these factors are resulting what? Variation. So the child born will be exactly having characters like father and mother. It's not like 100% father, 100% mother. Means the child born will not be totally replicating father or totally replicating mother. It's only not at all possible. It will be taking a combination of both father and mother. It will be a combination of both father and mother. Like whatever gene I am having, my DNA, it will be exactly containing both my father character and mother character. So that is what I have taken from both my father's side also and from my mother's side. Maybe eye color, my eye color belongs to my mother. Maybe hair color belongs to my father, maybe my skin color belongs to my mother. So like that, maybe my facial content I have taken it from my mother. So there are certain characters which I have taken from my father and mother. Fine. So that means I am a combination of characters of both of my father and mother and their ancestors. Fine. And their ancestors. I hope you might have understood till here. Till here understood, beta? Till here understood this point? So that is one first point you should be writing about meiotic division. It is involving crossover between homologous pair of chromosomes and also copying of DNA. So that is what the number of chromosomes of all the organisms of a particular species remains constant due to mitosis. Okay, meiosis, yes. So mitosis or meiosis. But here one more important thing is, don't go for that much mitosis or meiosis. No, it's not like that. It's like different species may have different number of content will be there. 23 pair of chromosomes is present in male, female, human. It may not be the same for other species. Okay, it may not be same for other species. So now we will go for the next one. The creation of 2 new cells from one individual copying of DNA, as well as the cellular apparatus will be that. So the DNA copying mechanism is not absolutely accurate and hence result in variation. That means what, beta? The another this question ma'am has been asked, so what answer you have given first? So different species have different number of pair of chromosomes present in them. Okay, human species 23 pair of chromosomes are present. Human species 23 pair of chromosomes. So you should give the answer, and definitely the DNA copying is not always absolute. There must be some defect will be there, mutation will be there, variations will be there. And because of all this what happens? Because of all these sections what happens? Meiosis. options they have given, what the exactly correct answer was meiosis. So meiosis, exact see, look here, number of, I thought you are asking about number of chromosomes, but definitely number of chromosomes will not be same. Like 23 pair of chromosomes, mitotic meiotic division will be there. How it is exactly going to be in human, same will not be present for other animals. Your question is the number of chromosomes of all the organisms of a pair of species remains constant due to mitosis or meiosis. Okay, I think I took the question in different way. I too gave the same, but I don't confusion between these two. So yes, meiosis and mitosis, their duplication and triplication rate will be different, beta, different. I think I have given you the definition of mitosis and meiosis both. See, duplication rate, triplication rate, meiosis is a constant one, mitosis is also there. Mitosis don't remain the constant. Okay, mitosis do not remain constant. That part will be there. But ma'am asked a different question. I am discussing a different question right now. Ma'am was asking about mitotic and meiotic divisions. Which one is going to be constant? My question is different here. My question is related to like how variations are generated. It is not the number of divisions constant. It is about that how variations are generated. How variations in DNA is generated. The variations in DNA is generated because of this meiotic divisions. Meiotic division is exactly crossover, beta. It will not be absolute always. So at the time of DNA copying, there may be variations. There may be variations. And due to this variations, there is exactly selection of character. These two questions are totally two different things. Okay, I am asking a certain different question. Ma'am has asked a different question. Ma'am asked about constant. Which one among them is constant? I am asking that which one is producing variation. How variation is generated. Means why we are not. In both the cases, variations, how to explain this? So you have to just understand one very important thing here, beta. I am asking about variations. Mitotic, meiotic, no, I am asking, beta. I am just asking that where is variation? How variation is generated in DNA? Like I am not 100% copy of my father. I am not 100% copy of my mother. I am exactly a combination. I am totally a fusion of characters of both my father and mother. Each child who is exactly sexually reproduced is a fusion of character of both father and mother. So this is exactly called as what? This is exactly called as what you call 23 pair of chromosomes. 23 pair of chromosomes. Good evening, Renu. Good evening, beta. Each species, mammals, everything is having 23 pair of chromosomes. Check. Check. All are not having same pair of chromosomes. Okay, so that is better, it will be different, huh? So now, right now, I'm just asking one thing. Good evening. Okay, Kaushika. Okay, Kaushika. Now look, beta. So we understood one thing, that variation is a common thing in sexual reproduction, and this variation is exactly an advantage for us, because in sexual reproduction, variation in characters and variation is produced in a human species or any other mammals who is undergoing sexual reproduction are produced due to sexually reproduce. They are sexually reproduced. They have variations from their parents' gene. They have variations in DNA, and that variations are exactly. Yes, and that variations will be different for different species. Now, this variations will be exactly a plus point for us. So, it is exactly a plus point for us. Why it will be plus point for us? Because it generates adaptability. We are adaptable. Okay, we are adaptable to different situations. Like certain disease is there, certain type of factors, environmental factors are there. So once adaptability, we can generate adaptability in this case. So what we are generating here, we are generating a type of adaptability in environment when we have variations. But what happens when clones will be there, asexual reproductions will be there, so they are exactly correct copies of each other. So if one will not be able to adapt to that that temperature, then all will not be able to adapt to that temperature. Then only few of them which will not be able to adopt can be exactly prone to what they may have some mutation, otherwise most of them will be died. This is exactly due to variation, immunity, many factors are there. One of the factor is this variation, and that is exactly good. Okay, so now this is what I just sexual the two parents involved have quite different pattern of accumulated variation. Combining variations of two individuals should result in new combination of variants, and that's what sexual reproduction. Variation helps in survival. Yes, Manpreet, absolutely. Variation is one of a key factor for us for survival. Right now you might have seen that any different type of disease is coming now, so that disease is exactly going to be problematic for us, for some of us. But you might have seen that some are dying because you take the example of COVID itself. So look at the COVID means for some it is the effect is totally different. Without vaccination also many survived. And without vaccination many died. So it is totally dependent upon what type of immunity you have taken from your what you call parent side. That is one of a very important factor, and that is what I was discussing in the beginning section also. Ki yes, variation is a key factor, and one very important point in variation here is like close marriages, close relation marriages, and far off relation marriages. Which one has to be exactly approved? The one marriage with where like one simple example I have taken, please kindly don't mind anyone. It is like one African, one American marrying. They are exactly one male and a female coming from Africa and America. They two are exactly having different set of chromosomes. So they have they have more different characters. So when the child will be born for such parents, 100% selections will be strong. Okay, but when a close relation marriages will be there, the DNA will be very much similar. So when DNA will be very much similar, at that time selections are limited. I mean to say this. Only this was I was just wanting to say. Now we are going to go for flower reproduction. So in flower reproduction many things are there. First thing is that flower also reproduces, like two type of production in flower reproduction we have seen. One is asexual reproduction. In that vegetative propagation we have seen. Now we are going to see why shouldn't menstrual cycle starts at 20 to 25 years? Because nobody reproduces at the age of 12. So why waste 10 years of blood? Yes, that's absolutely correct, Manpreet. Now, another important point what Rashmi has asked, I'm just going to tell one very important thing. That is like, see, again a case of adaptability is there. And you know what, now Rashmi, you are thinking that the girls are getting married at the age of 20-25 years. But beta, you go 20 years back there, the girls were getting married after attaining puberty. That was the age when they were getting married. Now to this time, now we are very much career oriented. Now we are very focused towards our knowledge, learning. That there is a complete change in society. Now we talk about mental health. Now we talk about physical health. Now we talk about survival for both male and female. What the male is thinking right now, that until and unless I will not earn, I will not marry a girl. This is the mentality of male right now. What is the mentality of a female? Until and unless I will not stand on my own leg, I will not have a job, I will not marry a male, because they both they are thinking about mental stability and then starting a marriage, then starting a life. That is exactly nowadays happening. But before that, what was there? They were never asking from a girl, that child marriages were there. The moment they were exactly attaining puberty, after that the girls, and you know what, many of the girls were dying at that young age because of lack of hospitals, lack of medical care. And now this is what has been changed now. So now exactly in few coming thousands and millions of years, the body does adapt, the body does create changes. Evolution is there, but evolution cannot be done Evolution cannot be done in 100 year or 200 year. Evolution takes years of change. Okay, like first you have one skin here, that skin was exactly using as flip in your eyes. Now that is a vestigial organ. So that is a change. That is a change that has been created in years. Same thing, appendix. First we human were using appendix. It was helping in digestion of flesh. Now we cannot. The reason behind it, now we eat what you call cooked food. So there is a change, and now appendix is coming as vestigial organ. So in the same way beta, in coming years, because right now we are very much career oriented, we think about ourselves now, and the society has given freedom, equal rights. Now because of that, everything is similar, everything is now in a balanced way, and that's why you have the right to take your decision. And so only we are thinking of marriage after 26 to 20 years. Now everything is done, but before that it was not there beta. And so only the female were exactly the male. It's not about only female. I'm not going to go towards only female side. Male also had mental problem because they were unable to adjust to that environment. Now the male are very much thinking like, okay, what should be my next plan, what type of future I should have. So they are thinking, and then only they are starting the family. So this adaptability was not there initially beta. So definitely beta, but one thing is there, I just want to say one small thing. Puberty attainment is it is a gift of nature, it is a gift of mankind, it's a gift of species. Okay, and this puberty attainment proves that we are normal species. If this puberty attainment will not be there, maybe it will be a waste of 10 years of blood. It's not only waste for female side, for male also there is a change. There is a change in their body structure. So both are suffering. But the thing here is, this is continuation of species. This ensures the continuation of species, and beta, it's a plus point for human generation. It's a plus point for human generation. Yes beta, because now we think differently beta. Now we think differently, we act differently, our content, our perception, our way of looking into a society, everything is different now. And I'm very happy, and I'm very much like blessed that now everything is changing. Everything is changing, and we are getting the chance. Okay, not only female, males are also getting the chance to first get free from all that burden and think about themselves, and then start a family. Now look here beta, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So we know that 100% like in human sexual reproduction is there, same thing is exactly there for flowers also. So flower reproduction means there is again variation. Wherever sexual reproduction will be there will be variation. Wherever sexual reproduction will be there will be 100% variation. Rashmi, I'm very thankful to you, you asked this question. Because many things are there which we must discuss. We are silent, our society is silent, we must discuss. Okay, now look here, sexual reproduction in flowering plant. So now we know that flower is the site of sexual reproduction in flower plant. Flower is considered to be modified shoot. Yes, flowers are what beta? Flowers are exactly modified shoot. Yes Manpreet, say beta. The axis on which a flower is born is called mother axis. Let's see where is the mother axis. The axis where the flower will be exactly born, that will be called as mother axis. This axis has two parts. The stalk of the flower called pedicle, and its solen top is called as thalamus. So shall we see where is pedicle, where is thalamus? We are going to see both of that. The part of the flower are arranged on the thalamus. A typical flower has 4 kinds of floral apparatus, appendages. Like I am going to discuss about that 4 part. So let's see where is stalk, where is thalamus, and where is the pedicle. So where is the mother axis? A typical axis where no, look here Sudarshan, see the main stem from which exactly the flower is coming, that part will be exactly called as mother axis. This will be called as mother axis. Okay, now you see from here only the plant is exactly, that is called as bract, and this part is exactly called as the mother axis. This part is called as the mother axis, where the flower is exactly going to grow, that will be called as mother axis. After the mother axis, the flower will be exactly divided into 2 parts. One is called as pedicel. So you can see this part, see this is the mother axis. Okay, you can take like this is the mother axis and this is the pedicel, and the lower part of it is called as thalamus. So this section, this swollen part is called as thalamus. Till here is it clear? Till here, is it clear, beta? So this part you can say that it is this part you can say what? Fine. Yes, mother axis will be having meristematic tissues, beta. Mother has axis will be having meristematic tissues. The tissues which will be capable of doing photosynthesis, that will be coming as meristematic tissues. So meristematic tissues are living tissues, beta. So they are containing meristematic tissues. So pedicle, I think pedicels everybody understood. Mother axis everybody understood. Where is the mother axis? Where is the pedicel? And where is the thalamus? Three things understood, beta. Three things understood. So three important locations of the flowering plant is mother axis, pedicel and thalamus. I hope you might have understood. Okay, beta. Now look here. You can see this. So the main stem part is exactly called as mother axis, from where you can see a small stem like something is coming out. That is called as pedicel. Okay, that will be called as pedicel, beta. So these sections are called as pedicels. Okay, Kamya, these sections are called as pedicels. Understood now? Now beta, what is thalamus? The solen part now, where the reproductive sections will be there, that will be called as thalamus. Simple things, no here and there, just simply we can understand. So this will be exactly called as thalamus. That's it. No here and there. That will be called as thalamus. Now the four major part of flower. Let's see the four major part of flower. First is called as sepals. Second is petals, then stamen and carpel. You know that. Acha, one question I just wanted to ask. In class 9th, how many of you know about angiosperms and gymnosperms? Angiosperms and gymnosperms? Angiosperms and gymnosperms. I think kingdom, animal kingdom, plant kingdom is deleted from your syllabus now. Understood na beta? Wherever doubt will be there, see, the most important thing is wherever doubts will be there, we will discuss. Open discussion we can keep. No, never think that auntie is going to deleted portion na beta. So I think angiosperm and gymnosperms you are not knowing. One simple example, because we are going to talk about double fertilization. We are going to talk about some very important thing. So now before itself, I just want to feed in your brain one very important thing. The fruit in which seeds are inside, the fruit, they are angiosperms. Simple thing. Inside a fruit, seeds are there. Naked seeds are not there. Inside fruit, seeds are there. They are called as angiosperms. And the one where seeds are naked means seeds are outside. They are called as gymnosperms. A flowering plant, whereas gymnosperms are not. Yes, but the seeds, by seeds part bit I tried to discuss, Manpreet. Okay. Are not. Very good. Angiosperms has flower part, no vegetative propagation. Okay. I was wanting to go towards sexual reproduction and the type of fruit it is having. So I tried to explain with the help of fruit. Your point is also considered best. So both of you tried to explain in a very good way. Super. I was wanting to go towards seed inside, seed outside. Seed inside, seed outside. Any one example if you will give, Manpreet, Sudarshan, so then it will become very clear, beta. Any one example? Can I give the example of angiosperm as mango, apple? Then everyone will understand nicely. Let's have an open discussion. Let's have an open discussion. The one which is having seed inside and the one which is having seed, naked seeds. So naked bearing seeds will be exactly there. It will not be having they will be exactly called as gymnosperms. Any example? Think about it and give. Okay, fine. Stem, root and leaf part, gymnosperm reproduces. Banana, rose, Kamya, cashews, pine tree, pine seeds. Can I take that example? Grapes, seeds inside. Some of the grapes are not having seeds. Fine, you can take that one. The grapes having seeds inside. Tanishka, seeds outside, cashew nut. Okay, fine, but the most important thing is seed will be hanging down. It is connected. Fruit will be there. Manpreet, angiosperm, grass, gymnosperm, okay, angiosperm, grass, gymnosperm, pine tree. Yes, pine tree example we can take, Manpreet. So seeds will be naked in gymnosperms. Seeds will be naked in gymnosperms. Take this one and then we will start. Akshaya, mango. So one thing is there. Now we are going to take it like the beginning section, double fertilization we are going to study. So all the angiosperms are going for double fertilization. Most of the angiosperms are going for double fertilization where seeds will be inside. Where seeds will be inside. Okay, Tanishka, auntie, my doubt. Tanishka, seed outside cashew nut. Yes, seeds will be outside in a cashew nut, beta. But when you will be seeing that, when you will be seeing in cashews now, you will be seeing one thing that all that cashews, the fruit will be up and the seed will be hanging outside. It is connected to that part. In strawberry seeds are outside. This is what I was wanting. Guava, can we say guava is angiosperm, seeds are inside? Yes. Coconut inside, you might have seen the seed of the coconut will be inside. That white portion will be there. That will be there inside. This debate I was wanting, because very important thing is in sexual reproduction, right now you all are doing my work. If I will say directly, you will be exactly taking it in different ways. Now your brain is working faster than me. And this is what, now you started searching the most alternatives where you can give the answers for gymnosperms and angiosperms. Keep thinking. Don't stop this thinking part, because we are going to use this thinking section in coming part. So Manpreet, Sudarshan, Akshaya, everyone, I want not one or two. Potato, potato is a modified stem. Sudarshan, you are going in different direction. Asexual reproduction. We are talking about sexual reproduction right now. So you have to come out from there. First, quickly come out from there. Manpreet also. Both of you come out and just hang to sexual reproduction in flower. And then beta go for angiosperm and gymnosperm. Okay. First, take out from that section of asexual reproduction. Come to sexual reproduction and then discuss about angiosperm and gymnosperms. Fine. Only this much I want. And I want a very best answer from your side, smart and best answer. The way you have given about the flower bearing section, I want that answer from the seed section, seed sections. Okay. Now check why cashews are not coming as gymnosperms. Why cashews are considered as gymnosperms? Yes or no? Answer this question. Okay, fine. Shall we go back to our work? Kamya, understood now? So one will be naked seeds will be there, and one fruit will be having seeds inside. One fruit will be having seeds inside. Why I generated this first in all of you? Because the reason behind is that I am going to talk about that section. To start that section, I really want an interest inside. Inside, gymno, outside. Yes, that is what. That is what, Sudarshan. That curiosity has to be there to let this part go very smoothly. So now first we are going to talk about the flower reproductive section, the male and female section of a flower. Cashew is outside, auntie. Yes, Sudarshan, cashew is outside. So is it an angiosperm or gymnosperm? If it is there, if you think like that, then better give. So that is what you have to search, and you have to say that why it is. Give me a strong answer there. Fine. So now look here. A protective coat is there on that. Okay, I'm just giving you clues to go to the correct track. Okay, now look here, sepals. So 4 important segment of flower is there. So if one flower is there in your hand, next time I think you will think differently. You will take a flower, and then papaya is angiosperm. Seeds are inside. So now look here, when next time you will have a flower in your hand, now you will not see it as beauty, you will see it as like a type to study about flower. So what type of reproduction it will have, and will it going to give fruits? That thinking should come in your brain. If that thinking is coming, means now you are reading perfectly. So now different 4 parts of flower are there. What are they? They are sepals, that is called as calyx. Sepal name is calyx. What is the other name of sepal? Calyx. So sometimes they will be using the word sepals, sometimes they will be using the word calyx. So usually green in color and protect the flower whorls in bud stage. So where is the calyx? This is the calyx or sepals. Okay. So when the flower will be in the bud stage means what? Closed flowers. The closed flowers, have you seen a closed rose? It looks so fascinating now. So you will be seeing that full green portion will be there on a rose, and then the rose will exactly blossom like this. So that then the more the rose will exactly blossom now, the more the calyx part will be exactly separating itself. So it is exactly holding the full flower, so that the whole of the flower will be holded. So this section will be called as calyx. Okay, understood? Coconut is a nut. Still stick to that portion. Very good, super. Very good, super. I am successful enough to, create a problem. Very good, super. Coconut is a nut. Take it out. Take out the content from there. Where is Manpreet? Now look here. Sepals means calyx. Now beta, sepals, calyx, they are what? Usually green in color and protect the floral wall of the in a bud stage. Closed, open, I discussed about it. So now petals, that is the corolla. The petals of the flower will be called as corolla. So one to green segment of the flower in rose, I think you will see the greenish portion in the down region. That will be exactly called as what beta? That will be exactly called as calyx. That will be called as calyx or sepal. And after that beta, the second portion will be exactly the petals or the corolla section, the colorful region of the flower. So this is exactly the petals or the corolla. And exactly this is that section which attract everyone. So sepals are not attracting that this flower, that petals are attracting. It is not only attracting human, it is also attracting insects and all. Everything is getting attracted. Calyx, corolla are scientific names. Yes beta, that is what. So here, shall we go back to our work? Calyx is sepals, another word is calyx, and after that beta, corolla, that is called as petals. Petals of the flower will be called as what beta? Petals of the flower will be called as corolla. But after beta, we are going to go towards that is Androsium and Gynosium. Androsium is the male reproductive part and Gynosium is the female reproductive part. Okay, Androsium and Gynosium. So that is Androsium, stamen. Stamen will be male reproductive part and produces pollen. So what is the most important work of male reproductive part in flower? What is the most important work of? After this only, I think directly I will go for maths class beta. Directly I will go for maths class. It is corolla beta, it is not corona, it is corolla. It is not corona, it is corolla. Okay, it is not corona, it is corolla. Green is sepal and red is petal. Super Manpreet, that's the best way of answering. Okay, Tawfiq, auntie, corolla or konako. Hey, camel, yes, carpel and pistils. Yes beta, that is the carpel are pistils only. Very good. So stamen is the stamen scientific name is what? Androsium. Androsium. So this part is exactly called as Androsium. Stamen name is Androsium, and that is microporophils and megasporophils. So microporophils, megasporophils. Microporophils are exactly keen to produce pollens. They are exactly the most important work is yes beta, correct only Kamya, it's that only. So now we are going to go towards stamen beta. Stamen means Androsium, male reproductive part, and produces pollen. Now second one is called as carpel beta. Carpel, that scientific word what we are calling it as Gymnosium, that is megasporophils, female reproductive part, and produces eggs. So shall we go for first male reproductive part and female reproductive part? You see, for a flower both male and female productive parts are there. So sepals are here, the green section sepals are there, then petals are there. These are the pink color are petals. Now one is exactly the egg producing section, that is the female reproductive part, and these are stamen with pollen. So they are male reproductive and this part is female reproductive part. So I think this picture will help you to get the correct information. This is sepals. Okay. Till here understood or not? Till here any doubt is there beta? It will add beauty in your answer. It will add only beauty in your answer. So when you will write and you will underline and give it to them, Androsium and Gynosium, the stamen and carpel part. So when you will write Androsium, Gynosium, specifically they will get noticing that point that you have an edge, you know something, and then they will read your answer nicely. So sometimes when you think that I will write something unique, I will be writing something extra with in the same point. If I will underline and I'll put a bracket and will write, then definitely you will think that hey, auntie has written something extra. That means she knows better. So like that impression creation is there. So that's why I'm telling you, if you are writing Androsium and Gynosium for male and female, just extra edge. Okay, so now shall we go towards the male and the female reproductive part? See, filament and anther is there. And here only pollens will be there. So stigma style ovary. If somebody will be asking you, you will say that auntie, stigma style ovary. Stigma style ovary. So that is a simple answer is female story is stigma style ovary. Stigma style ovary. Stigma style ovary. Female reproductive part, filament and anther, which is doing pollination, is the male part. Stamen and carpel. So this is also called as pistil. Stamen, carpel. Stamen okay? Stamen okay? Tell me fast. Stamen, Androsium, carpel, gymnosium. Aha, Sudarshan, you brought the answer. Super. So now beta, now give a final answer. Cashews are angiosperms or gymnosperms? After flower, fruit coming, and then seeds are coming. So it will be exactly Androsium or gymnosium. Nothing, sorry, Androsium, gymnosium. Angiosperm or gymnosperms? Angio, super. So, anything learned now? Anything learned? Anything learned now? I didn't taught you anything. You itself created that awareness and learned. Angiosperm, super Manpreet. So that means, look here beta, for learning now we need curiosity. That's it. Once we have that curiosity now, we can cross all boundaries. Nothing can stop us. Now look here beta, so that means this is exactly called as stamen, the male reproductive part of a flower. It will be consisting of two major parts, that is called as filament and anther. Anther will be having pollens. This pollen is only helping in pollination. This is exactly what carpel or pistil, that is the female reproductive part. In that, three important sections are there. Stigma style ovary, stigma style ovary, stigma in which the pollens will get sticked, style the pathway, and the ovule or the ovary, stigma style ovary. I hope you might have understood this section. Shall we go back to our work? Curiosity leads to learning. Yes, Manpreet, that is the best. That is the best part, beta. See, look here. There are two ways. There are two ways to go to a correct path. One is when someone is forcing you to go. They'll say that, hey, go, 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 go. You will say that this person is so naughty, so this, that. But one way you are itself going and you are itself doing all the activities, and then you are getting the answers on your own. That is the best way. No one can teach you in this world until and unless you will be in that frame of mind of learning. And this, yes, we cannot teach anyone. We can only tell you something and your brain will analyze. When the brain will accept it as a truth, then it will accept in the conscious part of the brain, otherwise it will reject fully. So now shall we go back to the stamen section? The stamen is the male reproductive part. We already know it is exactly pollen that are yellowish in color. Each stamen consists of stalk called filament and a flattened top called anther. In that anther, pollens are exactly, pollen grains are there. A pollen grains produces 2 male gametes. So pollen grain is producing how many male gametes? 2 male gametes. That's it. Story over. Male reproductive part is over. So filament is there, anther is there. Anther is producing pollen. The pollens are exactly containing 2 male gametes. That's it. Now we are going towards carpel. Carpel is female reproductive part and consists of stigma style ovary. Carpel have a swollen ovary at the base. We already know, we have seen an elongated middle style and a terminal stigma which is sticky. I told you pollens are going to stick there, so it's sticky. Okay, so when you will touch the female part of that flower in the upper region, you will see some stickiness there, and I think for that only most of the insects are going. Most of the insects are going for that only, beta. Okay, because that nectar of the flower now they are sucking from there only. Fine. So ovary contains ovules and now each ovule has egg cells. So now we know that egg cells will be present in the ovule. The female gamete in plant, the fusion of male and female gamete takes place when pollen grains are transferred from anther to the stigma or of same or another flower. So one simple story is like, this is the story of pollination. So what is pollination? Pollination is a very simple story. In pollination, exactly what happens, see, anther is having pollens, the yellow color pollens, two male gamete pollens will be there. Now this pollens has to travel towards the stigma part, stigma, then style, and then it will go towards ovary. So the story starts like ki either from, see, same species. It's not like some people they are asking this question that, auntie, you know what, I'm having a very big confusion. I think it's coming blur. Now is the focus okay? Different flowers cross pollination. Perfect answer. Different flowers cross pollination. Same species, same species, same species of plant, same species of plant. You know what? There is a very big problem. One time, one child asked me a question that, auntie, you know what, auntie? Pollination can be done between papaya and guava. I was like, how to kill myself? How to teach that child, because he is or she is not knowing the fact. How to tell that ki same species means if I want mango to be obtained, then I need mango means male female has to be from there. So papaya pollen can fuse with guava pollen, then which type of fruit will be there? So that time itself yes beta. So this is exactly the curiosity level, that because they understand that, but in the statement, wherever you will read the statement, same flower of same species. So that is the key point there. Species has to be same. Guava means guava plants. Take guava plants, different guava plants. Mango means different mango trees. Okay, mango means different mango trees. Guava means different guava plants. I am not going to stick to guava and mango, papaya and mango. No, it's not possible. So stay papaya plus guava papueba which is impossible. So same species. Correct, Sudarshan. In a way you have explained it correctly. In a way you have explained it correctly. That screen is blurry. Yes, Manpreet, it's coming screen. I think some network issue is there, beta. So pollen from the same flower or the same plant in self-pollination. Same species, different plant cross-pollination. I did nothing. I did nothing, but Kartika has given the answer. This is exactly, I just showed you one picture and you itself has explained. This is what CBSE is needing. This is what I am also needing. Why we are going to search answers in books? Answers are everywhere. We need to examine the content nicely. Okay, so that means two things we have learned. It will not be forming fruit, Tanishka. So cute of you, but fruit will not be formed, beta. Fruit will not be formed. So cute of you. But no, it will not be formed. But one thing very important we have learned right now. Okay, same flower has to be there. Same flower means same plant flowers. So from same plant flowers, if they will be exactly having what you called pollination, then it will be called as self-pollination. Now two same type flower plants are there, and then this will be exactly undergoing, then it is called as cross pollination. But guava, papaya, mango, rose, whatever flower fruits names you are going to take the same species. So species will be same. This is the major factor. This part must be understood. Okay, is cross pollination. Same different flowers of same species from the same plant. If it is coming, then self pollination, but from different plant it is coming. Now let's see this one clearly. Okay, so now beta, this is exactly self pollination. From the same flower it is coming as self pollination. Now you see cross pollination is this one. Two different flowers, when it is exactly going, then cross pollination. Now another important factor. Now another important, A and B are self-pollination and C is cross-pollination. Okay, now another important point about cross-pollination. It is the process, so there are two different type of pollinations. Now we understood what is pollination. The sticking of the pollens on the stigma is pollination. After that, second process where type to type we are going to understand. But till here we have understood this much part. Now in self-pollination, what we are understanding, it is a process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of either the same flower or another flower born on the same plant. Please kindly note this, my lord. This kindly note this. This is the point. Born on the same plant, then it will be called as self-pollination. Yes, grafting will be done. But beta, when the moment you will start grafting, Manpreet, then you will go for vegetative. Then you will go for vegetative process, tissue culture. That section you are going. That section is a type of beta asexual reproduction. That will be coming for asexual reproduction. Okay, Tanishka is saying something. Let's see. Auntie, if rhinoceros and horse fuse, unicorn will be formed. No, auntie. Exactly, horse and donkey, when they will, horse and ass when they will fuse, then mule will be there. They are sterile. Mule will be sterile. Okay, mule will be sterile. Hey girl, you are taking me towards total different direction, but beta, don't go there. Don't go there. I am just requesting you, Tanishka. But yes, certain types means closed species are there now. Then don't go in our history and talk about monkeys and animal relation. Okay. Practically impossible, but very near species mule, like the way I told you now that donkeys and horse, a very close relation will be like donkeys and horse, then mule will be formed. Okay. Yeah, see, look here beta, first we have understood now, this part you must understand, same flower or another flower born on the same plant. Another flower born on the same plant, they both are exactly resulting from self-pollination. Yes, that is what beta, I use the word sterile. I use the word sterile and I use mule, and then I said I use the word sterile. Okay. Understood, Tanishka? So I used two words together. I talked about mule also, and then I said about sterile also. Fine. Now beta, cross-pollination. Cross-pollination. So what is exactly called as cross-pollination? It is the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower born on different plants of same species. That is what now cross-pollination. Two different plants are nearby and their exactly pollens are flying because of external agent like insects or air or water, some other factors. The exactly pollens are exactly crossover, and then the pollens are getting stick to the stigma. So that is exactly called as cross-pollination. Okay, but two different plants of same species. Two different plants of same species. I got it. Did you got it correct, beta? Two different plants of same species, beta. Species has to be same. Then it will be coming as cross pollination. So cross pollination requires aid of external agency. Yes, means external agent help. It will not be done on its own. Wind will be there. That is what, beta, I talked about. Bee, insects, different type of insects are there, beta. They are exactly responsible for that. They are exactly. Kavya, you asked some question, beta. Again ask, no problem. So beta, external agency may be abiotic. You know what are abiotic factors? Non-living factors are abiotic factors. So like wind and water, or biotic factors like insect, bird, bat, snail, animals, we are also abiotic factor. Sometimes what we are seeing the flower of one plant, and then accidentally in our hand some what you call pollens will be there, and then we will touch the flower of same. Don't do this personally, just it's like accidentally it can be done that you will touch two different flowers of two different plants, same species, then accidentally. So we are also external agent, humans are also. So biotic and abiotic means wind and water, and biotic means insects, birds, bats, snails, those who will be exactly having work with that flower. So hand pollination, what is that word you used? So cross pollination bring about genetic recombinations and produces variations in the offsprings. It will increase the adaptability and makes the offspring better adjusted toward the changes of the environment. Yes, cross pollination is, that is what I am again going to stick to my point, that cross pollination is better than self pollination. pollination. I really want all of you to think and say this point. Why cross pollination? I read that point in Haribari, but I want you all to just tell me why cross pollination is better than self pollination. Now you know two factors. One factor is self pollination, means different flower of the same plant will have pollination. Okay. It is self pollination. Different flower or same flower of the plant, self pollination. But same species, two different plants, they are very near to each other, and then the pollens are exactly transferred. That is called as cross pollination. So why cross pollination is better than self pollination? Why cross pollination is better than self pollination? Variation will be there, ma'am. Absolute, Manpreet. So variation is one factor. Again and again I am putting emphasis today about variation. Yes, Tawfiq, auntie, one doubt, plants are of two types, sexual and asexual. Why plants can't be any one type? Now look here, beta, understand one thing very clearly, Tawfiq. Like we human, we don't have like provision to cut our hand or leg and to produce a new human. Okay, because genetically our contents, the genetic contents do not allow us to go for that. So we can only have production, that is sexual production. Most of the mammals have like that, but plants are exactly having this provision because they are, first thing is that they are coming to the autotrophic sections, the green pigments will be present them, and most of the part of plants are independent cells. They can survive without living cells also, the xylem vessel, phloem vessel, so many things are there. They are exactly, their adaptability is totally different from that of human, and because of that they can be able to produce in two different ways, one through asexual, another through sexual. So most of the plants will be like, nowadays we are learning nowadays we are exactly doing grafting method, learning cutting method, seeds method, but the plant natural method, most of the plant natural method is seed, sexual. Okay, now we human have interfered in that region, and we are exactly cutting the plant sections and going for grafting, layering and different methods and vegetative propagation method. So I hope you might have understood. So plants dependence is not only in one portion, okay, for production, but human mammals is only the what you call the reproductive organ is the only way out. Fine. Regenerating cells, then you have to understand that different type of tissues are there in plant which are also capable of doing that work. Okay, I hope, is it clear? I hope, is it clear or not, beta? Tawfiq, yes, genetic variation is a very important factor. Rahul, yes, Rahul, you were there in the class. Okay, fine. Till here I hope everybody understood. Then one very important word called as double fertilization is left. Because double fertilization I need to explain. Clear? Thank you, Manpreet. So now look at double fertilization need a very like Androsperms I am going to teach about double fertilization, and I am going to talk about certain very important points. There also you have to be very actively listening me. So next class, I think tomorrow's class, I will start double fertilization in plant, and then with that I will start that heredity and evolution, Mendel's. I will talk about characteristics, gene, chromosomes, everything we will discuss about it. Now after this only maths. 5 minutes break you give me, beta. I hope you might have understood today's class. I did literally nothing. I did all the answers you only have given. Okay. I am going to keep the class because once the school will reopen, beta, then I am going to schedule the classes accordingly. I will exactly inform everything to you. Don't worry. Don't worry, beta. I'll just inform everything. Okay. Time schedule will be there. Once I'll start going to school now, that time I will give you the schedule, beta. I'll give you the schedule. Yeah, pollinating agent can also help in self-pollination of the same flower, beta. Same flower. Okay, now I'm going to teach medians today. So I'm going to start maths in 5 minutes. 5 minutes I'm going to start maths.